Ni hao, everyone. How's everyone doing? This is Mike Efevberha, a.k.a. iFubo, and you are here with the Lens Affair podcast and Hanlin HLockerRoom. Yeah. My bad.
Welcome back, this is Affair and Hanlin HLockerRoom. 我们今天呢是过年前的最后一路了。那过年前呢，势必是要来一个特别不一样的节目，然后特别精彩的节目。那首先来欢迎这个我的好搭档马修。
Hello， 大家好，新年快乐！应该先这样。
新年快乐嘛，新年快乐。然后再我们欢迎这个汉林HLockerRoom的这个 co-host 汉森。
大家好，我是汉森，新年快乐。
最后是远从台中来的朋友，对，卢卡。
嗨，大家好，我是卢卡。
对，这个卢卡的一些这个好笑的玩笑，我们有录进去啊，
没有录进去。
对，所以到时候大家可以听一下。那我们就正式开始进入我们今天的节目，不要浪费时间，因为这个今天节目一定会非常精彩。So, what's up, everyone? Welcome to this Affair podcast and Hanlin HLockerRoom. So, this week is gonna be the Chinese New Year, so we're gonna have a very special guest today, Mike.
Thank you guys for having me here. 新年快乐, everyone.
Your Chinese is, I think, is the best one.
Best one. It's getting a little better.
Yeah. So, before we start, can you say something about like your story, like back into when you grew up in California?
Yeah, born and raised in Pomona, California. I have one younger sister. Grew up with both mom and dad. Wasn't really a big basketball fan growing up. I used to love American football, but Dad said that I was too skinny and I needed to pick a different sport. So I chose basketball when I was a teenager, around 13, 14 years old, and started taking it more seriously then. And now I'm here today in Taiwan. I've been playing professionally for the past 16, 17 years. Probably will be retiring the next few years. Body's still holding up, so I'm going to keep going until the wheels fall off. Yeah, that's the story.
You do an amazing job here.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Thank you. I put the work in.
Yeah, because I think many fans and people heard about your story like in different platforms, whether it's going to be podcasts or internet. But there's one thing I wanted to talk is the G-League draft, because I think few people know about your experience at the time. So can you share about your experience when you trying to participate the NBA draft and you ended up to the G League?
Well, yeah, I didn't finish college. So after my third season, my junior year, I was playing at Cal State Northridge. I decided that it was time to make a push, mostly because me and the coach weren't getting along at that time. And I didn't know if going back from my senior year would be smart. So decided to enter the draft. My father thought it was the worst decision ever. You know, he was really on education, so he wanted me to stay in school. But I knew my dream was I wanted to be a professional basketball player. So entered the draft, did a few workouts for some teams. But I was not prepared mentally or physically back then at all. I didn't have the work ethic that I have now. So I actually went to a few NBA tryouts and went back home like that night and didn't go back the following day because my body was just so sore and I was just mentally drained and I just like gave up. So still went for the draft, didn't get picked. The agent that I was working with told me about the NBA. It was called the NBA D-League back then.
Right.
Yeah. And entered that draft. That season there was 10 rounds with I think 10 picks in each round. I was the second to last pick in the last round. Mm-hmm. So the only reason that I got picked was because somebody who was in the boardroom for that team, which was in Idaho, they had saw a clip of me from college somewhere, and they just said, well, I saw that guy. He can score. Let's just pick him. Mm-hmm. So they chose me, and I ended up going to the tryout for that team in the preseason and worked my butt off and actually made the team. But after being there, I want to say 2 to 3 weeks, had a really bad ankle sprain. And I didn't listen to the staff. You know, I wasn't, like I said, I didn't have the right mentality. I didn't listen to the staff to do the proper physical treatment for it and stuff after. And I didn't heal well, so they ended up just cutting me. And went back home and actually had to sit out a whole year. Had a regular job, was just try to make ends meet until I had another opportunity, and that opportunity came a full year later, and I went back to the D-League.
So, once you like decide to go to the pro league, what's your like mindset back then?
I guess I thought it was going to be easy, because like college and everything was so easy for me, and I could score so easily and stuff. I didn't understand basketball like fully yet. I didn't understand work ethic. Like when I got there and I saw the way some guys were there like early, before practice started, staying there late, and I was like the type back then where I just show up and then I want to get back home and go play video games or go out with my friends and stuff. Like I wasn't focused at all at that age.
So when do you start to realize you have to put like 100 effort to become a professional basketball player?
After that season, once I got cut and got sent home, because I was thinking it was kind of guaranteed, even when I got hurt, I'm like, oh, I'm going to stay here, then I'm going to get better. And when they sent me home, I was like, oh, man, and I had to like go get a regular job, and my dad was telling me, I told you. So,
I told you that's a bad decision.
Yeah, I told you that was a bad decision. And I was like, nah, now I got to prove it to myself, and I wanted to prove him wrong and a bunch of other doubters who thought that I couldn't make it, and that's where I got the work ethic from.
So when you have the chance to go back to the G League, so you trying to make it more harder than before, right?
Yeah, and I went back and I destroyed it. I was top 5 in scoring. I was playing for a team in Iowa, and actually it was kind of the same story of how I got drafted that season. It was like the 7th round, and somebody had just, saw some film of me somewhere and told them to bring me in. I had to work for a spot on that team, but after I made that team, I made sure to continue the work ethic, and I put up some really good numbers, and didn't get called up to the NBA, but playing that well got me a lot of looks overseas, and that's when I started my overseas career after that.
So at the time, did you think you can go like trying to get into the NBA at the time?
I thought I was for sure going to get in, man. But one thing I didn't understand back then is that the NBA already has their scores. They're looking for, from the D-League, they're looking for guys to fit different pieces, fit their puzzle. Right. And I was just thinking, man, I'm scoring 25, 30 a night here. I can go there and do the same. But again, physically I wasn't as strong as the guys in the NBA. And, I hadn't been tested at that level either with the elite yet. So it wasn't going to happen. But everything happens for a reason, and I'm happy where I'm at today and how my career has gone.
So when you go to overseas, so the first stop will be in New Zealand, right?
Yeah, I went to actually the first stop was it was New Zealand. It was New Zealand, and then I got a look with the Nigerian national team because my father being from Nigeria.
Right.
And then that opened up the doors to go to France because out there I play with my Nigerian passport. I don't count as an American import in France. Yeah.
So you see like a local player out there?
Kind of. They call it continue. So you can have, I think they can have maybe 3 or 4 imports from anywhere around the world, and then they have a special position for guys with certain type of passports.
So how is it looks like to play in New Zealand? Because I think that's the country where Taiwanese people, they don't really understand the play style.
I would say it's kind of like out here in Taiwan. It's very, very structured. It's not like NBA ISO type ball. It's just like overseas European style. When I first went there, that was my very first place, so I didn't, I hated it. I wanted to go home after the first week.
You don't like it?
I hadn't been anywhere outside of America at that point. We had 2 imports, but the other import, he wasn't there for the first couple of weeks, so I was just by myself, like going to practice, going home, not having any money to, spend on SIM cards, to have internet and all that. So it was kind of like I had to like walk to a little internet cafe every now and then to be able to email and talk to my family, and I was like living on top of a Burger King, and it was just yeah, it was bad. But then once the other import got there, he was at the end of his career. His name's Damon Thornton. He was like my OG guy. He looked out for me, and he had a lot of good stories about his past career, and he gave me a lot of advice, and he made things a lot easier for me. And then the rest of the season went great.
But you would be the #1 scorer in the league, right?
Scorer in the league, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because a big part was Damon, my teammate. He saw my potential, and he stayed on me and made sure that I continued to work hard. And he was like, if you want your career to keep getting better, you need to destroy this league first, and then it's going to put you somewhere better after that. Yeah.
But throughout the careers, you play so many countries. Is there any like particular places you're like feel like very impress you a lot?
Taiwan for sure.
Really?
I didn't expect. Out of all the countries I've played in, Taiwan is like they take the marketing and like to another level. Like I feel like there's a lot of leagues that could do the type of things Taiwan does, but they just don't. The way the P-League structured, T1 was good, but coming to the P-League this year is totally different. You can't really compare it. And from other leagues that I've played in, like for one, like the CBA in China, I felt like in China they have such a huge fan base. I would think that they would be able to do the marketing and be big time, like even larger than Taiwan. But for some reason they just aren't on it.
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one thing I wanted to ask you, because you play for the few teams in CBA. So, what's the biggest difference like compared to Taiwan?
When I played in the CBA, it was more about the imports. It's kind of like that now too, but the imports have to be able to just score. Like, especially the team that I was on, it was their first year in the CBA, so we didn't have the best local talent.
Right.
So it was kind of like give you the ball and create for others, create for yourself. And if you couldn't do it, you would be on the next plane.
Really?
Going back home, yeah. Yeah, you can't go out there and have 15, 20 points isn't enough. You need to go out there and score 40, 50.
Wow.
That's why Germany get cut.
You want to say that? Taichung people,
I don't know.
No protection for themselves and for the players, for everyone.
But yeah, man, that's how China was. I think that the local talent there has gotten a lot better over the years. So I haven't seen too many guys scoring 70, 80 crazy numbers like before.
Right.
It's a little more organized. You still get guys scoring 40s and 50s every now and then. But Taiwan, you don't really see too many guys scoring 50s, 60s. I don't think it at all. It's way more team-oriented here. You see a lot of European coaches sprinkled in on the coaching staff. So it's a different style of basketball here for sure.
But in terms of the fan culture out there, it's different from Taiwan, or what do you see out there?
Yeah, here it's kind of like more, I want to say Americanized or Westernized. I feel way more comfortable out here. I was comfortable in China too. There's nice cities out there and stuff, but just here, no matter where I go, I feel that like Western vibe, and the people are a little more open to like fashion and just the things that we deal with in America more than in China. China's still like they have you could tell you're in China, like it's the old school type
traditional culture.
Traditional.
Yeah. Taiwan's a little more upbeat, up speed out here, I think.
Kind of mix different culture.
Yeah, a lot of mixed different cultures.
Like America, right?
Yeah,
we mix a lot of culture.
Yeah, there's a lot of mixed culture, especially out here in Taipei.
Taichung people try to mix.
And we stopped right there.
Always.
That topic is too much.
Oh, really? But I think Mike like this kind of topic.
Yeah, it's great. It's good for the podcast. Good for the views, man. Clickbait.
Yeah. In your opinion, what do you see those two leagues right now?
Definitely the marketing side for P-League is above and beyond. Yes, there is, I think, a little higher level of talent on the P-League side, but there are some very talented local and import players in T1.
Right.
It's competitive. I'll give it that. T1 definitely is competitive. I think that P-League is maybe a little more competitive than T1. If both leagues can combine, though, I think that would be great for basketball out here. Not only for the fans, but just for like the competition level. I think games to be a lot more competitive. There won't be a big gap between the top teams and the bottom teams where you can really tell, like, all right, these two teams are going to be at the finals for sure, and these guys don't have a chance. I think if you mix the best players from T1 and the best players from P-League and put them together, you don't know who's going to come out on top. And the new rule that they changed P-League with the imports, just like T1, 2 imports every quarter, that makes things a lot more competitive too. So I hope that they do combine. That'd be nice. I would like to play in the league.
And in recent years, I think like more and more like NBA experienced players came into Taiwan, like DeMarcus Cousins, and right now you have Jeremy Lin in P-League. How do you see this kind of player, this type of player playing in Taiwan right now?
It's great, man. It's great for the young guys because they can see the work ethic of guys who've made it there.
Right.
You know, I didn't play in the NBA, but I try to, lead by example and show guys my work ethic the same as if a top NBA guy comes out here.
Right.
They could learn a lot, ask these guys questions that they wouldn't have the opportunity to ask them ever, before. Just to be, just for the fan base and for everybody, for Taiwan basketball, it's good to have those big names come out of here, man, and get all the eyes on Taiwan.
Right.
It's great.
And speaking of your work athlete, and I think your workout schedule is gonna be very intense, right?
Yeah. In the off season, I like to take off at least the first month just to let the body just recoup from all the bangs and hits during the season.
Right.
But then I get back in it, training myself, and I also train kids back home where I live in Italy. So I'm always in the gym. And especially at my age now, I don't like to take too much time off because I learned my lesson when I was 35, 36, and I took off 2.5 months thinking that I can just do what I used to do when I was younger and get back in shape quick. And it took me a good 3 to 4 months.
It's too hard.
Yeah. So now I don't take off much time. Even this Chinese New Year, I'm just taking 2-3 days off, and then I'll be back in the gym just to, keep my routine going.
Yeah, because I mentioned, to you before, whether it's going to be featherweight jump shot and your, one dribble jump shot. For me, it's very impressive because I also play guards. I just play for fun, but how you train, your pull-up jump shot, for threes?
For me, I just watch. I'm good. Not many guys can do it, but I'm good at watching NBA guys and players that I like to watch, and I can just look at what they do, and then I can go mimic it, and I'll just practice it over and over.
Okay.
So my favorite player of all time was Kobe. So when I was playing in Europe and he was still playing, I would have NBA League Pass, and I will watch every single game of his, and I will watch all his moves, his footwork. I'll rewind it, slow motion, look at it, then I'll go in the gym and practice it myself. And or if I see a move that a guy in the NBA does, or even just on Instagram scrolling. And some of these trainers, they've never played before, but some of them might have a good move or a good idea. Yeah. And I'll see it, and then I'll be like, all right, I'll go to practice, and I'll get there early, and I'll try it out, and then get the hang of it. And then it's not like I think in the game okay, let me try this move on this guy now. It's just more about you practice it so many times that it just becomes habit, and then when you get in the game, it comes naturally.
And also your muscle memory.
Yeah,
right.
There you go too. Yeah.
So like you say, you say you can attack, when you do the pick and roll or like isolation. So you can try to confuse the defender, right?
Exactly, especially with being right-handed, like I was telling you earlier. A lot of guys, I can't get my secrets out too much. Okay. A lot of guys, they would think that I would like to penetrate with the right. So even if you're left-handed, guys know that you want to penetrate with the left. If you can find a way to fake like you're getting ready to penetrate that way and go straight up into the jump shot, I mean, a lot of guys aren't ready for that, especially with your dominant hand.
Right, and you try to mix all this kind of...
And I try to mix it all together. To me, there's 3 levels of scoring in basketball. That's inside, mid-range, and the 3. And if you have all 3, then the defense can't really do much with you.
But speaking of Kobe, I think during his career, he's not really shoot threes a lot. But I think in your game, you shoot threes a lot. So that's the difference.
Yeah, I do shoot more threes than Kobe does, or Kobe did. You got to have that because it makes the defense respect you. They don't know whether to press up on me or to try to make me drive, or sometimes they're afraid that I'm going to drive and they give me that shot. But it's kind of like pick your poison. And I just read the defense. I try to just go off of whatever they give me.
It's just same move but different range.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's how makes Stephen Curry more outstanding because he can shoot.
His favorite player is Stephen Curry.
Yeah, he can score from everywhere. Yeah, he just doesn't have much of a post-up game, but you have to guard him as soon as he crosses half court.
So that's that's the thing I wanted to ask you because you can also do a lot of move with threes. So for me, it's very impressive. Remind me as a Stephen Curry.
Yeah, I try to, man. I try all the moves that I do in the mid-range. I practice those same moves from the three-point line, even behind the three-point line, because sometimes it's into the shot clock.
Right.
Maybe you have to shoot a deep 3, and you have to create something really quick to get it off. So
the next game, you're going to see Mike shoot from half court.
Yeah. I hope I can see that.
Yeah. And I'll get subbed out right away.
I don't think so.
No protection.
No protection.
Come on, stop it. That's just too much.
Yeah, but we want to talk about more when you play for Lioneers. So this part will be Lucas.
Okay, so this is my part. I do a lot of articles just for the Lioneers before.
Oh, okay.
So I study the game a lot, and recently Lioneers facing some problems like on offensive system. As a main factor in Lioneers offense system, what do you think about like now as a scorer? What do you think the team is lack of right now?
I would just say confidence. We have talented guys. We have talented locals, talented imports. But if you don't play with confidence and maybe you're afraid to shoot the ball, or like when you're shooting it, you don't think it's going to go in, I think that's the biggest problem that we have right now. And I can feel it during the game. For like when I try to start the game off and keep people involved, but if I see that the guys aren't making shots, or we just aren't giving that effort and we need like an extra push, then that's when I try to turn it on, offensively, because it seems like whenever I'm scoring more or making shots, it gives them more confidence, and now they start playing better defense. They start making shots. So for me, that's the biggest thing, just playing with more confidence and guys playing with that hunger in them. Like, okay, maybe you're not the best shooter, maybe you're not the best penetrator, but you definitely can play hard on defense.
Yep.
You definitely can give effort no matter what.
That's true.
That's one thing that I try to preach to them too. You might not be the most talented at anything, but effort is not part of being talented. That's just like you wanting to go out there and fight.
Play good defense don't need like.
No, you just got to fight.
Skills.
Yeah, you just have to put effort in it.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah.
So speaking of sometimes you turn off in the games, like some teams will use trap when you're trying to play pick and rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Like recently, I don't really think last year I don't really see much teams do trap to players. Like, of course, Jeremy Lin, but that's the only one. But like recent year, like this year, a lot of teams trying to trap you.
The Pilots went boxing one on me this season.
Well, that's their defensive system this year. I try to say that.
Yeah. I mean, I've never seen boxing one in my pro career. I can't remember the last time a team went boxing one on me.
Really?
Yeah, and that shows some good. I guess that's shows some respect to me. So it's kind of like, I appreciate it, I guess. But yeah, for the most part, man, I've been dealing with that in my career for the past, I don't know how many years, man. I'm getting double team, triple team, or they double team me and they just have guys sitting in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
That's why guys got to be ready to knock down shots and shoot with confidence, because once they start making shots, then it takes pressure off of me, and then I can be moved more freely.
Yeah.
And make the teammates have the open space, right?
Exactly, man.
Well, speaking of your idol, your idol is like Kobe Bryant.
Uh-huh.
Can you tell us what do you learn from Kobe Bryant? Not just mentally or physically or your skills.
I've seen a lot of quotes from Kobe, and one thing is just to follow your dream and follow your passion. I could have easily given up back then when I got cut that one season in the beginning of my career, but I just decided not to, and just to keep chasing the dream. And I had other obstacles that I had to overcome throughout my career, and I didn't give up. I just kept fighting. So I guess that kind of is the mentality, the Mamba mentality. But that's the biggest thing that I learned from him. Just don't give up, man. No matter what it is, whether it's basketball, whether it's your accountant, anything, like just keep going for it.
Just fight through it, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of quote, do you have favorite quote from Stephen Curry?
Stephen Curry?
Yeah, because Mike just mentioned there's some quote.
Just 2 to 3.
I just know strength in number, right?
That's what Steph Curry said.
No, it's Warriors. Quote. Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of forget what he said, but I really like the Mamba mentality as well.
Yeah, strength in numbers does make sense though, because I definitely cannot win a championship by myself. So you need everyone on that team.
But in terms of like his business and how he raised his daughter, because you had a beautiful daughter right now. So what kind of like his mentality like influence you, like family or
family wise?
Yeah, he's a girl. He was a girl dad too. So of course, I saw so many different videos of how he interacts with his daughters, and I try to do the same with my daughter. I don't know if she's going to be a basketball player like Gigi was, but I just try to be there for her, be strong for her, never let her see me sad or down. Even if like I lose a game, just like we lost last night, coming back home and then seeing her there waiting for me, smiling, it makes me feel way better. So I try to keep her happy as well as I can, man. That's at the end of the day, that's what really matters is family. And
Yeah, that's pretty good for you.
Right.
Well, as a very good offensive players, can you teach us some, like, how do you read the defense? Like, me and team play a lot of basketball. I play basketball like every day, 3 hours or 4 hours per day. So can you teach us some, like, tips?
The one thing that you guys don't have the pleasure of having is game film.
Okay. Okay.
Nobody's really videotaping. You guys aren't studying your.
We're gonna hire somebody. We're gonna hire somebody.
So yeah, I watch a lot of film, and I watch how defenses are guarding me, and I look at my mistakes and where I can attack in different ways. And from playing so many seasons, you kind of just get a feel for it out there. I had my assistant coach, Coach Milan, ask me one time in practice, like, when you drive and you kind of use your forearms and put it into the defender and score, like, are you doing that on purpose? Like, are you practicing, or is that natural? And I was like, no, it's just kind of natural from playing.
It's like shoulder bump? Or?
Yeah, it's like you just drive in and just keep your arms strong. And I don't extend it to them, but I just, like, kind of bump them with it, and you get and ones, or just it's
and
about
you can create
body
more
control.
space, right?
Exactly. And it's just little things like that come naturally after playing for so many years. And like I said, with film, it helps you to where, like, now I'm in the game and I understand, okay, when I come off this pick and roll, I know this person's going to help from here, so that person's going to be open there. And it's kind of, you remember it, and you have different sets where, if you run the play like this is the option that should be open. And if it's not open, then this is going to be open. And if this doesn't happen, I see a guy not helping the way he's supposed to, now I know I can attack. So it's a lot, man. 17 years of experience.
Well, next time when we go and play, like, off court, we have to set up the phone to film ourselves.
Yeah.
Right?
There you go, man.
Yeah, we're going to hire somebody.
We have to study, like, overnight. And, okay, I got to do this. I got to do this.
And you'll see a big difference if you guys do study for real.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And he played a lot of games, so you should do that.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
So now let's talk about your teammates, like, in the Lioneers. Speaking of Oscar, you and Oscar your play style, I will not say, like, similar, but you're both main ball handlers.
Yeah.
I will say that. How do you adjust, like, in your team? How do you adjust, like, who do you give the ball more, or, like, sometimes you have to give it to Oscar, sometimes you have to handle it. How do you adjust that?
Well, this happened actually early when I first got here, and we finally were put on the same team in practice. And I could tell that he didn't know how to play with me because he was kind of just giving me the ball every time.
Yep.
And I told him, like, look, man, you can't do that. I need you. Like, I need you to be able to bring the ball up and push the break sometimes. So it's kind of like a feel. If I sense that he's maybe tired because he has to pick up and play defense full court and he's getting pressure with the ball as well, yep, I'll try to take some pressure off of him and I'll try to initiate offense. So it's kind of like you have to play off of each other. Same with me. If he sees that I'm tired or something, then I'll give him the ball and then he can handle it. But then at the same time, if he's hot, I let him keep the ball. If he's making shots, man, you can shoot it every time. I'm not selfish. I don't care. If I'm hot, then of course he's going to keep looking for me as well. So it's kind of just a feel that we have to have for each other.
Well, do you feel like in these games you guys grow more team chemistry?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, when I was telling people before, when I first got here, it was right when the season started, and these guys had been together already for maybe 2 months. Yep. So the beginning of the season was my preseason. I hadn't played for almost 8 months since the previous season in T1.
Oh yeah.
The only thing that I did was I went to China right before I came here and played like a week in some wild ball amateur games just to try to get myself in some better shape.
Yeah.
But I mean that didn't do much. So it took me a while, and people were kind of thinking like, can he play in the P.League? I'm like, just give me some time, man. Like it's not going to happen overnight.
Well, you're speaking of like off season. You take probably 6 months off, or
not 6 months off, but I don't play any 5-on-5.
Okay.
Because I don't want to take any
just street
chance of
balls
injury
or something like that.
No,
scrimmage.
I don't do any of that because I don't want to take the chance of twisting an
Injuries.
ankle or
Oh,
something.
okay.
So before I used to, when I was younger, I used to go back home and play in the LA Drew League and stuff like that.
Oh, you played Drew League before?
Yeah. I actually played against Kobe in that too.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah.
Can you share that experience? That was fantastic.
What's funny, I got a funny story about it. So 2 weeks before that actual game, I had a friend who worked at a Mexican restaurant in Orange County. So she invited me and my cousin to go down there for dinner because she knew I loved Kobe. So she said, Kobe is actually here having dinner right now. Like,
Whoa, okay.
If you would drive down here, I'll put you in the table next to him.
Okay.
So I said, all right. So me and my cousin got in the car. We rushed down to Newport Beach and sat down. She showed me he was sitting there. I was like, oh, my God, Kobe's sitting right there. I have never seen him in person, never been to a Lakers game, any of that.
Okay.
So I sit down, and there's like a wall in between us and another table. He's there with his wife and another married couple that they're having dinner with.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a security guard standing there in front of them. And my cousin and my friend is like, go say something to him. Go say something. I'm like, no, man, I don't want to say anything to him. I want him to meet me like in a different light on the basketball court is where I want to meet Kobe.
Yeah.
And they're like, nah, man, come on, don't be a little girl, man. Go over there. All right, whatever. So I get up, I go over there. And I asked the security, is it okay if I say something to Kobe? He's like, yeah, go ahead. People have been coming up all night. But this isn't his main security. This is like the restaurant security.
Okay.
So he's just like, yeah, say whatever. So Kobe's in the middle of a conversation. I think he was talking about a basketball game. He's like, yeah, and I grabbed the rebound like this or something. And then I was like, hey, Kobe. And he was like, he looked at me like, who are you? Hold on, homeboy. That's exactly what he said to me. And I stood there for like 20, 30 seconds. He just kept telling his story to the people.
Uh-huh.
And then he stopped telling his story, and then he just sat there like this.
Like what?
But not even looking at me, just looking straight ahead. And I was like, oh, man, forget this, man. I just walked away. And then 2 weeks later, the Drew League season had ended, and they wanted to do like an all-star game they told us it was going to be.
Okay.
And they split up the teams. I got there. On my team, I had James Harden and DeMar DeRozan.
Wow.
And a few other guys. And we're warming up for the game, and it was so many people there this day. And I'm wondering, like, wow, there's not this many people at the Drew normally. And there's like a line outside going crazy.
Right.
And then after warming up for like 5 minutes, and I see Kobe walking in with all the security guards.
Yeah.
And the first thing I'm thinking is like, I hope he's on the other team. I want to go against him. And they put him on the other team.
Wow.
I didn't get a good chance to guard him too many times. I guarded him maybe 4 times. He scored me 3 of them. And because James Harden wanted to guard him the majority of the game. And then I got 2 opportunities to score on him. I missed one, and I made my second one.
Wow.
And took a picture with him
Is
after.
it a footage? Like
That's the footage there, yeah.
I think he dropped 45 points,
yeah,
right?
made the game winner.
I know that guy. I watched
I'm like,
1,000
I know
times.
this somewhere.
I was on the bench, and I was
You know
like, he's
him
gonna make
somewhere?
this.
No. I mean, the story recalled me.
You
Like,
said
wait,
that.
I probably watched this game before.
This is crazy.
Yeah, I was on the bench when he was getting ready to make the last second shot. I said, "Watch, guys, he's gonna make this," and then he ran and scored it. And I was like, "I told you!" And the whole gym went crazy.
I think that is the footage I watched, like, the first time I ever seen Kobe, like, play outside of NBA.
Yeah, you see it. You'll see all the clips where he scored on me too.
Hey, we have the footage. Like you said, we have to study the footage.
Yeah.
How to score on mic.
Watch Kobe.
Okay, probably my last question
Okay.
for me. Just like last year in Taiwan and Lippers, you actually have like summer camp with kids, right?
Yep.
And off court, you some fans will message you on Instagram or some, I don't know, on internet, and you actually like you don't have to how to say that in English? 没有牌子怎么讲?
Like that kind of ego to
to interact, interact to the fans. You always share some like positive message to the people, no matter the players or the fans. Can you like say some like give some advice for the younger players who want to be pro some days?
Oh, of course, man. Just like I told the kids in the camp that I had, you guys just got to work. If you really want it, don't give up. Chase your dreams, like Kobe said. There's a lot of talent here in Taiwan. Maybe you guys don't have 7-footers or huge guys like that, but you guys do have a great guard base, and basketball is based around guards. So you guys definitely can be pros if you want to. It's all about if you want to do it. You see here in T1 and in P.League, you guys have some amazing, talented players. I just played against a great guy last night who killed us in Beast. And I played against him in the CBA.
Right.
As long as with Jet and a few other guys. So the talent is out here. It's just all about how bad you guys want it. So, put the work in and anything's possible.
Yeah. And speaking of the guards, and you play with Oscar for sure. And how do you define the good guards in your opinion?
It all depends on the position. I would say a good guard should be able to create for not only himself but for others. You got to be able to knock down shots, because if you have good big guys and they kick the ball outside, they're going to depend on you to knock down shots when you're open. If you're a point guard, you got to be able to be a floor general, keep guys organized. That's the one thing that I try to preach to Oscar. I told him the last game that I didn't play when we were in Kaohsiung, I told him after the game that in front of everyone, I believe that you should be the best point guard in this league. You have all the ability, all the talent in the world. I mean, the guy's so quick. He's so shifty. I mean, he makes shots, fadeaways, and stuff like I do at times. And I'm like, man, it looks crazy because he's left-handed too. And I told him he needs to improve. To me, he needs to just improve his work ethic. He should be the first in the gym, the last one out of there. If he really wants it, he can be one of the best players, if not the best Taiwanese player ever. He just has to put that work ethic in, because he definitely has the tools. He can defend when he wants to defend. He can score when he wants to score. He can create for himself. He can create for others. And he has that fight inside of him that I like. So, yeah, that's what I think a good guard is made out of.
Nice. Yeah, so that's probably I will say it's funny questions, but it'll be more relaxed.
Yeah.
Well, it's Marshall part.
Yeah.
Oh, Hanson? Okay, yours part.
So would you continue to play in Taiwan in the future?
Yeah, that's the plan for right now. Can't say too much about that, it's kind of confidential. But I'm planning on being back in Taiwan for sure next season.
To retire in Taiwan?
Yeah, I'm retiring in Taiwan.
Last year, I tried to ask him from internet, like from IG. He said, I cannot talk too much.
That's confidential.
I was kind of thinking this would be my last season, but I'm feeling really good. The body's still feeling well.
Right.
Maybe still got
season.
3. Yeah. I don't know. I think for sure I can do one more. If my body holds up, and at the end of this season, I think we got 4 more months left, and then a nice vacation in the summer. Then I'll be able to put another year in for sure.
So as you know, your former team, the Leopards, and added a lot of great players this season, and include former Hero Bears player Xiao An. Yeah, aka Taiwan Iverson. So because many people in Taiwan compare Xiao An to Oscar. Okay. So can you talk about these two players and who is your better in your opinion?
Oh, of course I'm gonna say Oscar's better, man. Whoa! But they do got a little similar style. I think that Xiao An, that's how you say his name?
Yeah.
What's his English name? They call him.
We cannot search it for you.
No, I don't know.
I know it, but I can't think of it right now. Dang. Sorry, brother. But yeah, I think he's more. He has a little more of like a playmaker game. He maybe passes a little bit more than Oscar, and looks to create for others a little bit more.
Okay.
Oscar definitely tries to score more than him. He's more of a scoring point guard compared to him. But they both can score when they want to. They're both lightning quick and fast. I think Oscar's a little more shifty than him.
The only difference is Xiao An can dunk. Xiao An can dunk. Still.
He's 33 now. Yeah.
Dang, still can dunk.
I've never seen him dunk.
Oscar have tried once in a public, but
fell. Just fell.
It ended really bad. So.
This is in a live game.
No, it's in the practice. In the practice.
Oh, I'm gonna ask him about that.
That's also confidential.
That's confidential.
So you just say if the two leagues in Taiwan have the opinion to
combine,
combine in the future. So, what do you think of this happening?
Man, I think that would be great, and I would love to be a part of that. I know so many fans have all these questions about like, can this T1 team beat the P.League or can P.League teams beat T1? I know that's probably a crazy topic. I think it'll be great, man. I mean, I think every game will be packed. The views will definitely be high. I don't see why they should be separated any longer, man. I mean, what's it been, 4 or 5 years? Like, come together, guys. Come together and just be one big family.
Yeah. And, you know, consider the players in P.League, and you see Beast, like 40 years old, Amigo, 40 years old, and you're going to turn 40, right?
Yeah.
So what's your secret to become, like, shape and just work out every day? And do you adjust something, like, when you're being a young athlete and right now you're being a...
Honestly, you know, my wife has a big part of that.
Oh, really?
Ever since I met her, she really changed my diet and started she was cooking for me and giving me the right things, eating way more vegetables, and she got me on this drinking a lot more water and not too many sweet drinks, and just the mentality of wanting to work out. If you stay in the gym and take care of your body, who knows how long you can go.
Right.
You know, whatever you put in, whatever fuel you put into your body, that's what's going to fuel you out there on the court. So I try to eat the right things. I try to stay away from the alcohol and smoking. I don't do any of that stuff. I just try to stay clean, and it shows in my career. I'm 39.
You're trying to play till 50.
I'm definitely not trying to play till 50.
Like, on that pace, you're trying to play till 50.
Right. So when you see like Beast and Amigo, so you see how they play in the game. So I think that's why they have this kind of same mentality, right?
Yeah, and I played against both of them in the CBA too. So yeah, they've been going at it for a while, and definitely I know they have good work ethic, and I know you can tell they take care of their bodies because they still look like they're in really good shape. They don't look like they're in their 40s. So. And
not only in good shape, but they also can impact the game. Like
definitely impact the game in a major way. Yeah,
right.
Very impressive.
Well, speaking of like different teams, which is the team you don't like to play with, like play against?
Taichung?
The team that I don't like to play against. Oh, man.
It's hard to say.
It's hard to say. I'm trying to think of a team that plays the toughest.
Like Taoyuan.
The Pilots. Maybe the Pilots. Those guys are feisty, boy.
Bad boys.
Probably because the first 2 times we played them, I scored 37 and 30, and then the last game they were just like all over me. I'm like, God, are these dudes gonna get tired? They was just switching guys onto me, picking me up full court. I'm like, yo, this is crazy tonight. And then it makes it even tougher is that I'm having to deal with that, and then I feel like my teammates aren't like being that aggressive on them like that at times.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm like, come on, man, hit them like they're hitting me. Like, come on, let's fight.
Now, like, we need another like scorer in the team except of you when
in Pilots?
Yeah,
with Pilots try to defend
except
you.
for you, like Oscar have to stand out. Maybe like Xiaohui gotta stand out. The other teammates gotta stand out too. Like
they
score.
will be, man. You know, we're gonna get some. We got more work to do, and I definitely will be pushing them. You know, because I want to make the playoffs this season. That's my goal.
Of course, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, this season is like a roller coaster, like up and down, but that's normal. That's just basketball. So
I don't want to have 2 bad seasons in a row. Last season with the Leopards, I think won 6 games and no playoffs. I'm not trying to go through that again. So yeah.
But speaking of that, which team you play like you like to play most?
Which team do I like to play for the most between? You mean last season and this season?
This year. This season.
Play against or play with? What do you mean?
Fight again?
Play against.
Oh, against.
Which team do I like to play? Oh, play against the most. I like playing at Fubon. It's a nice crowd there when we play, and that's where we had the All-Star game last year. So I like those rims over there, even though I didn't shoot too well last night. But I like playing it. There
tough
at Fubon.
third quarters.
Yeah. It was a very.
How about
quarter.
Kings?
Kings, that's fun to play that. I was looking forward to my first game there because I had only been there to watch games before. You know, I watched one game last season, then I went and watched a EASL game this season before I signed with the Lioneers. And I saw just watching the P.League atmosphere, and I was like, man, I want to be a part of this. Like, I want to come in this gym and not be playing against DEA. I want to play against the Kings. Yeah, no shot at DEA. This is two different. It feels like you're playing in two different arenas when you play against them and when you play against the Kings.
Right.
You mean the vibe or
the vibe?
The vibe is
different.
different.
You can definitely feel that the vibe is different from all the T1
DEA.
games. The only vibe that was the best that was over P-League is us last season with having Dwight there. That was just that was different. With 15,000 people coming to watch us. You can't really compare to that.
That's different.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
Last part?
yeah, Marshall, your
Okay.
part.
And then last part, and I tried to ask then the most impressive local guard in your mind of both T1 or P-League.
In both T1 and P-League.
Yeah, in your same position.
Yeah, I've talked really good about Oscar already, so let me pick someone else.
Yes,
Except for a teammate. Yeah, except for a teammate.
And I can only pick one?
Or
no.
top 3.
Okay, let's see. I gave him some praise last season as well. Bashir from DEA.
Oh.
Hibashi.
Hibashi.
He's local but not local, but he's local.
He is local, yeah.
Yeah, for sure him. Shawan, like you're saying. Yeah,
Okay.
him for sure. One guy who impressed me, who I didn't know had game like that, was I don't know his name. I'm sorry, but from the Pilots, number 69.
Oh, Lu Junxiang.
Yeah.
69.
Yeah.
Everyone's call him
69.
60.
Just call him
Yeah.
69.
His name is
Yeah,
69.
he surprised the heck out of me. The game that I didn't play and at Pilots, and he was shooting fadeaways and threes and driving, and I was like, God, nobody could stop him that night.
Right.
Okay. The next, how do you think the import player in Taiwan? We always we need a big guy.
Mm-hmm.
Then who can we choose about naturalized?
If I pick a import to be the nationalized player for Taiwan.
Right.
Yes.
I had heard rumors last season that they were thinking about Deontay, my teammate Didi.
Yes.
Yeah, Didi.
Didi.
He might be a good option.
How old is
needs-
Didi?
I think he's 27.
27.
Yeah.
Oh, still young.
Yeah.
But Didi, I'm saying this, you heard it from your uncle, man. You're hearing it from me. Work ethic. Once Didi gets that down pat, he's going to be unstoppable. Because
Okay.
he is super talented and skilled, man.
Mhm.
But if he can take my mentality, my brain, and put it inside of Didi, oh my goodness, he would
should
be
mix.
a monster.
You'll
By
be
the
like
way, do you
Shaq
know
in
do
Taiwan.
you know the movie Get Out?
Yes.
That's how you do it.
Mine should be get in.
I know that. It was separate and mix, merging.
Yes. Didi for sure. Let me see. I'll pick one. Another guy who I think it would be good would maybe McCullough.
Oh, okay.
Because he's versatile too. He can score inside, outside, can pass, defend. That's what you guys. I think Taiwan needs somebody who is like more versatile and will help you on both ends of the floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next, what's the gap between Taiwanese player and the world-class player, in your opinion?
Taiwanese player and a world-class player.
Yeah, just like another country's pro
Oh,
guys.
I would have to say work ethic, man.
Uh,
I don't know about the Fubon, King, all these other teams, how their players are behind the scenes, like, in practice and stuff. But from what I've seen from last season, from my team last season and my team this season,
Yeah.
the work ethic, especially guys who don't get a lot of playing time, I would expect them to be in the gym nonstop.
mhm.
Especially like with Lioneers, which I love, is that we have our own practice facility. So where like if you want to go to the gym at midnight, you just swipe your card and go in, and you can go get work in. Like
The hub.
man,
The hub,
the
right.
hub, yeah.
Mine is hub.
Once I saw that, I'm like, oh, this is heaven. You got the weight room there, you got the gym there.
Yeah.
Like, what more could you ask for? Like, if I was their age, some of those young guys, I would sleep in that gym. I mean, they actually do sleep there. But I would be in that gym, man.
Like
They would have
24/7,
yeah, they
right?
would have to kick me out, man.
Mm-hmm.
As I know, like Lioneers, as I know,
Commendation.
I'm not really sure, but as I know from the intel, they say Lioneers work ethic is like probably like top 3 in Taiwan.
Top 3?
Yeah, I mean,
like I said, I don't know the other teams.
Fubon is one, and Dreamers,
then Kings,
Lioneers,
no,
then Lioneers.
Our guys do work hard. They work hard for sure. We'll see if any of them stick around and work hard during this Chinese New Year break. Though.
You have to call them in the group chat. Hey, go to the gym.
Is your uncle here?
Uncle's here. I'm working, so you need to be here working.
Yeah,
But
see you 4 a.m. in the morning.
Right.
Uncle is watching you. Yeah.
But how was your game day looks like? How's your like
Game day routine?
routine?
Day
And
routine.
do you have any ritual like before the game?
Really, it's the same thing. You just say we have a 5 p.m. game. I'll wake. If we don't have shoot around, I'll sleep in later. But if we do have to go to shoot around is normally like at 9 a.m. So I won't eat anything before shoot around. Just like some orange juice and vitamins. Go to shoot around, and then come home and take a nap. Maybe I have a small breakfast when I come back home, and then I'll sleep until we need to be at the gym maybe like at 3. So I'll wake up around like 1:30, 1:45, and then my wife will have some pasta or something ready for me to eat. I'll eat a small meal, and then head over to the gym. And I don't like now at this age. I don't go out there too early to warm up because I just feel like it's wasting my energy. So I'll wait until we have our team meeting, and then after the team meeting, I'll go out there and take my 20-25 minutes to warm up, and then get ready and go to the game, man.
Do you have any like warm up ritual like what kind of stuff you do?
I always start with ball handling. Just to make sure that everything is nice and tight, and then I get right next to the basket and really close jump shots. I need to make 5 swishes from 3 to 5 different spots, and then slowly move out to mid-range, and then do some free throws, and then go to the 3-pointers, work on some pull-ups, moves that I'll do in the game, and then that's about it. Then we just do our layup lines.
Yeah. So, and I also watched some clips when you warm up, and you always have the headphone on. So what's your playlist looks like?
You listen to music and play
Playlist, it depends game to game. There's some days I wake up and I want to just feel relaxed, and I'll maybe listen to some R&B, and I'm just
Orchestra.
No orchestra. You know, I tried doing this. I don't know if you guys have seen the Kobe clip. I tried it one game and I played horrible. Kobe said that he would listen to the Halloween theme song from the horror movie.
Wow.
Just over and over. He said he would just play it over and over, and it would put him in a mentality of wanting just to kill the other team. So I told my wife, I'm going to try it. I forget which game it was, but I tried it, and I was just could not focus. It sounded so crazy to me during warm-ups.
Yeah.
And I played horrible. So
you should try it at midnight.
Nah, man. But yeah, for the most part, it's hip-hop.
R&B.
Yeah, R&B sometimes, but more hip-hop.
Okay.
But just like I said, it might be some days where I just like, I don't feel like I want to listen to hip-hop today, so I put something a little more.
Who's your favorite
artist,
singer or artist?
When it comes to R&B, when it comes to hip-hop first, I listen to a lot of like West Coast artists. I like Nipsey Hussle.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. It sucks, man. And R&B, there's I'll say Music Soul Child. I'm an old school guy. There's a new LA artist, BLXT. I'm not sure how to really say his name, but I know that's how you spell it. I love his songs. His music's really good. Yeah, those are the most of the guys I'm listening to. A little J. Cole every now and then.
Oh, J. Cole.
J. Cole is nice.
The only one I know. I listen to rap, but that's the only one I know.
Young Thug, listen to Young Thug.
And J. Cole is a real hooper, right?
He can play.
In Africa, right?
Yeah, he played in the Basketball Africa League. Yeah.
Recently I just saw him dunk.
In the All-Star?
Was that really him?
I don't know, but I just saw the
I saw the clip you're talking about,
Right.
so I don't know if it was really him or not.
Maybe the rim is like...
No, he can dunk. Go watch the
All-Star game.
Yeah, All-Star game is
Oh.
Charlotte,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
he can dunk.
He
Like
played a celebrity game, right?
yes. No. There's a dunk contest.
Oh.
In a
He
dunk
was in
contest.
a dunk contest?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
There's a player called
Dennis Smith Jr.?
Oh yeah, Dennis Smith Jr.
Yeah.
And the ball, he trying to like let J. Cole trying to pass to him and do the alley-oop, and he missed. Then J. Cole picked up ball and
Try to
dunk
dunk.
Yeah, and he
tried-
touched the rim and hang it, but it missed.
it
It missed.
It didn't make it. Yeah.
Okay, so he can't dunk.
Yeah.
Maybe like 10 years before he can, but
Yeah.
speaking of dunk, You dunk a lot, like recent games.
Little tip, little, you know, something like that. You know, if it's a fast break or
You're trying to keep it going, like last game.
I'm trying to, man. If it's like the first half and my legs are really fresh, I can probably catch somebody still at this age, you know. And I've caught a couple guys in practice, so you can ask them. They know that I've caught them in practice.
You're trying to get a poster.
Yeah,
but you know, as your age, there's so many players that they try to save their energy during the game, so they
save
don't
their legs.
I can.
Right.
If I save my energy, I'm not sure. I don't want to say it, but man, I gotta give everything for us to win these games, man. Scoring, defense, trying to create, trying to lead. So I can't really take too many breaks.
Right.
Yeah, true. Some of my friends asked me to ask you. As we all know, you guys have a new assistant coach.
Coach Milan from Serbia.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, can you tell us a little about him?
He's a great man, great coach. Really knows basketball. Of course, he's been a head coach in Romania and other European countries. So he has the real European basketball. And to me, European basketball is more about it's like playing a game of chess. You know, it's like moving the pieces and get into the right opportunity to take a shot. And the same on defense. He has a lot of great ideas. Me and him get along very well. He's a really good basketball mind.
Well, if you have to choose, you have to pick one between him and Greg. That's why I don't want to ask this question. You guys both
need to.
I don't have to pick one because they're a great team together. So whoever wants to be the head, whoever wants to be the assistant, they work great together.
Sure.
It's safe.
That's the work ethic.
Hey, our saying in Lioneers is family. So we're all one big family, my man.
That's why I don't want to ask this question. Come on.
He didn't want to ask because he didn't get the answer.
Yeah, I know the answer. We're families, right? Lioneers family. Just like Dreamers, we're family.
Right.
Taichung family.
Taichung sons.
Oh, man.
That's another conversation.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, but consider the dribbling now playing in P.League, and I think you're the closest player to become an NBA player. So how you see him? Like he had 10 years, 12 years playing in the NBA, but consider his size. How you see him as a player?
Man, he's great. He's really good attacking downhill. Really good in the pick and roll. I've heard a couple clips of him mic'd up, and the way he talks to his teammates and explains and teaches is really good. He has a lot of experience, and man, you got him on the team. It's like you can't call him a local. It's like having a fourth import out there. So you're playing. You got the two imports, and then you got him, and then eventually once Quincy Davis comes back, it's like, man, you got an all-star team out there. You know what I'm saying?
Team USA.
Yeah. You got a local player, and second in scoring in the league, So I mean, it's like having a diamond on your team,
Right.
Okay. I have
another one.
Yeah.
Another confidential one.
Well, this is not like that, but
spicy one.
Not like that.
Serious?
So fans are talking about who is the best import in A+. So no, this is a little bit different. So you, Mike Efevberha, and Manigault. This is the best. I will say the best import. Top three imports. Okay. So you guys,
and you can't forget Chris Johnson. That's in my opinion.
Okay, Chris Johnson. No, that's not. Okay, I'm trying to make my question because if you guys you three play one-on-one, who do you outscore? Do you think?
Who do I outscore?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't really think they're one-on-one players like me, so I think I have an advantage when it comes to that.
Okay.
I don't know if
well, game to seven. So
I'm gonna win.
Number one.
Okay, so that's like Kobe mentality.
That's a Mamba mentality.
Remember the clip, like the journalist asked Kobe, like, you and LeBron playing one-on-one, who's gonna win? And Kobe like, do you really want to ask this?
I mean, it's kind of like what I say it's what I do. I play the team game. I've won championships. I know how to play the team game and win the games. But when it comes down to it and we need a score, I'm pretty sure if you ask all the fans who you're going to give the ball to out of those three, I'm pretty sure at least 90% is going to pick me.
The last shot.
Wow, last shot. Yeah.
Is that your choice?
For sure, man. For sure. Hey.
Me, of course.
Of course. No hesitation, man.
My man.
Love from Taichung.
Yeah.
Taichung.
I think we have never had a chance to invite Mike and Manigo again.
Yeah. Well, if you guys have the chance, remember to ask the same questions.
And get healthy, Mike, man. I saw that he had the injury.
Oh yeah,
You guys can
injury.
arrange some like the pickup games one days.
Yeah, if
guys-
the All-Star game's gonna arrange some.
I heard
pickup.
are they gonna do All-Star game this year? I heard
don't
they're
know.
supposed to do
This
something
Yes,
combined with
they're
T1.
trying to make an All-Star this year. Like between T1 and +League, they want to mix together.
Oh, so like a
Yeah.
P-League All-Star team.
If they really have a All-Star game, do you want to participate the 3-point or?
I would like to. I wanted to last
Dunk
season.
Dunk contest.
Dunk contest.
The windmill, East A.
Yeah, behind the back.
They asked me to do the dunk contest last season. I said no, thank you.
Into the legs.
No. The younger days, oh yeah, I used to fly, but now I'm on a
Yeah,
cruise
you
control.
can fly right now still.
Not like I used to. If you guys look at some old clips, I'll find some and send to you. You'll be like, oh yeah, we see the difference.
I'm like this and this and this.
Yes. Big difference now.
Well, speaking of All-Star, let's just mix it up. Can you pick like if you are All-Star captain, like
Okay.
Like LeBron or Giannis.
yeah, like
Yeah.
LeBron, Giannis, you're trying to pick your teammates from. I'll say okay, just play P.League.
Okay.
If you have to pick like four other players,
other players.
play for
Four
you,
other players.
Including you.
including
So I
you.
one import and 3 locals.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
would say
okay.
that. Yeah, I would say that.
Okay. Hope I don't get anybody angry. For my import, I'm gonna need a big, and I love my bigs, but I'm gonna go with my man Chris Johnson,
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
and then I'm gonna take Jeremy Lin at the point guard.
Yeah.
Loco, but no loco.
Local.
Yeah,
see?
see? Hey.
I thought you were gonna say Oscar.
Uh-oh.
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it because Oscar's more of a scorer. Maybe he could play alongside,
Ah,
but I think I'm gonna go for more height. So Jeremy at the 1, me at the 2.
okay.
And then at the 3,
We gotta send this clip to Oscar.
Right, for sure.
it'll motivate him.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it'll
sure.
motivate him.
Cool.
Yeah. At the 3, I'm gonna have to go with. I think I'm gonna pick 69.
Whoa.
Pilots. Yeah, because I know he's gonna fight.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, we got Chris Johnson at the 5, so I need a 4 big man. 4 big man loco.
Evan.
I like Evan, man. That's my man. KD.
Hsinchu.
Shinju
Yeah.
The
KD.
fourth quarter
KD.
KD.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with KD, man.
Oh,
I'm taking that one guy from Hsinchu with me. Yeah.
nice.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well that's I would not say weird, but that's a surprising answer.
Interesting.
That was an interesting answer.
Because of KD.
Yeah, no.
I mean, okay.
That's my man,
But
KD.
but do you have, if you wanna choose like 4 imports with you?
4 imports only with me.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's do
It's a whole different story.
Yeah.
Johnson,
yeah, cause who's gonna play point guard?
Jeremy Lin.
Manigo.
Yeah, he could play point guard.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Some kind of point guard.
And then he could play all the defense. I don't have to worry about defense. Yeah. So we put him at the 1, me at the 2, and then
3.
I don't know who's gonna be at the 3. I'm gonna put Chris Johnson at the 3.
Whoa.
And I'm gonna take Earl Clark at the 4. No, Earl at the 3, Chris Johnson at the 4, and then I'm gonna put Didi at the 5.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
That's
Yeah.
a very good team.
Okay.
Strong.
You don't like
Yeah.
Brandon?
Who?
The
Gilbert.
I was just thinking it like that,
Yeah.
but I was like, nah, I'm not gonna pick him because Didi would be very angry with me.
We won't send this video to Didi.
Yeah, if you choose
If you need
like
to
Brandon,
choose
I'm gonna
one.
send it to DD. It's like, hey, Mike didn't pick you.
He plays hard. Gilbert plays hard, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he blocks some shots. But I did hit that 3 in his face at the end of the shot clock. Yeah.
Yeah. We will send this
Much
to
love, brother.
we will send this video to Gilbert.
Just a little Chinese New Year fun, man.
So what kind of Taiwanese culture like impressed you a lot?
The food. Jesus Christ. You like to eat in this culture.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
Yeah. I mean, I forget what Instagrams I follow or just pop up on my screen. It's like different food everywhere from every city, man. Like I didn't expect it to be that many foodies out here, but yeah.
Taichung City.
Taiwan definitely love their food.
He's trying to recruit.
Yeah, he's trying to recruit. Yeah. You work for the Dreamers, Loki.
Dreamers. There's a Dreamers uniform under this shirt.
Yeah, you just cannot see it.
Oh, man.
So the food is the most impressive.
Food and
how about the weather?
The weather is hit or miss, man. Hsinchu is all right, man. It's just like they say, the windy city.
Yeah.
I can deal with the cold. Like it was cold living in Taoyuan last season for a while, but it's just, man, that wind in Hsinchu sometimes. My walk to the gym is 5 minutes or less, but sometimes I got to take an Uber because it's too windy.
That's why.
That's why, right?
That's why. Yeah. Taichung, Kaohsiung is always nice and warm, but you guys are infested with mosquitoes out there. I hate it.
No. Not in Taichung.
Really?
Not in Taichung.
That is Tainan.
That is Tainan. Yeah, that's more like Taos.
Man.
Taichung's weather, oh my god, it's the best.
Last time we
That's
played
why.
out
That's
there,
why I don't
it
want to
was
move to
mosquitoes
Taipei.
crazy. You don't want to move to Taipei because there's too many mosquitoes?
No, the weather.
No, the main reason is he works for Dreamers.
You don't want to lose your job.
Yeah, that's why. That's the main reason, man. So I think last but not least, which court you think is
The best
the
court?
best court?
The best court, of course, our court is the best.
Yeah.
Except for Hsinchu.
Fubon's court, I like.
Oh.
Yeah, I like that.
Because of crowd or
Because the stadium is.
The rims are very nice. They have very soft rims when you're shooting.
they bounce in.
Yeah, they bounce in. You think you're gonna miss it, and it just takes the right bounce every single time it goes in. I think the All-Star game I think I made 11 threes or 10 threes or something last season in that gym. Yeah, and it's just bright. The court is bright and airy, and it just feels, you get a good atmosphere there, almost like an NBA game in there.
Whoa.
Speaking of light, I always want to ask this question. Do you feel like Lioneers gym is a little bit dark?
It is darker in there, but it creates for a different atmosphere. Yeah, different vibe. So
Does
you get
does
there.
it like affect your shot or?
No, I mean,
Not really.
because we normally practice there maybe a couple days before the game.
So it's
you
like
get used to
affect
it.
opponent's shot.
Yeah. The only thing about our gym is when it gets cold in there.
Oh yeah, like the AC sometimes will broke. So like last season it broke a lot.
I don't even know if we have a heating system in there, but man, the doors are open. You can feel the wind coming through there at times. But now I just wear my long sleeves if it's cold.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, as a shooter, I think the rims really like influence you a lot, right?
Yeah.
So of course the Fubon rims is okay for you.
Man, they are so soft. Our rims are really stiff, but so you have to you're really focused
to make your
shots.
shots
there. Yeah.
What else? What other courts? What's the best?
Kings have good
the worst.
court, too.
The worst.
Worst court.
The worst rim. You cannot. You just always miss the shot. Changhua?
No.
Yeah,
No, I had a good game there, man.
but like
Also the net. Some of the net is longer. Some of it's shorter.
Yeah,
right?
see, I haven't played in Kaohsiung's gym because I didn't play last game there, and I haven't played in the Taichung Dreamers gym where it's like kind of like a darker court.
Okay.
I only played in Changhua.
Changhua, yeah, Changhua.
The smaller one, right?
no, that's a bigger
that's
one.
the bigger one.
That's a bigger one.
I mean,
I haven't played in the
yeah, the smaller one he didn't
That
play.
is
Yeah.
loud as fuck.
That really.
That's really, really loud and small. So like the audience is pretty close to the court, but which means the audience would gonna be like very loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the speaker is like very good. So
It's gonna influence you a lot.
yeah.
Where's the
It's
other
gonna-
team?
Taoyuan?
Taoyuan?
Oh yeah.
But
I
you
had a good game there.
yeah,
too.
you had a good game. out there. So there's no
good game
Everywhere.
I guess that I probably don't like playing that one because there weren't that many fans like compared to the other arenas. So if I had
I
to
mean
choose
the
one-
arena is too big for
it's
the fan
way
base.
too big. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's way too big.
They have to move to a side, like
Yeah.
trying to make it
Weird
smaller.
setup. Yeah.
Yeah, but because of the time, I think we're gonna end it up here.
Okay.
And
No problem, guys.
yeah, we had a very good conversation today. And yeah, thank you for coming up and joining our podcast.
Thank you guys for having me. It was a pleasure. Thanks
Right.
for the Hooters. That was delicious.
Hula hoop.
Hula hoop show, yeah.
Yeah, and we hope Mike have a like good career in the future.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So 今天的节目到这边告一段落。那今天节目真的是蛮紧实的，很多真的意想不到的内容，对，很有趣。如果喜欢我们的朋友，可以追我们的 IG， 那喜欢我们的这个节目，也可以追我们的 Podcast 跟汉森的这个 YouTube 频道，节目都会在那边上架。那我们就下期节目再见喽，拜拜，
拜拜，
新年快乐，
新年快乐。